Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to another installment of the Football Gods. I'm with my guys. Kulego Kamza, what's up?
What's up, man?
Oh, what's up?
How, how you guys feeling? How's your weekend?
No, it was a good weekend, man.
See
It
the
was a
smile.
good
Mm.
weekend.
Look at
Yeah.
the big smile from the person who's in fourth position. Kulego, let's just jump straight into it, all right?
Oh,
Man
oh,
United, Man City. By the way, I
hey,
predicted this. I said
yeah.
2-1. I got the score line exactly everything, and it played out the way I
Yeah,
saw
you
it in my
predicted.
head. Uh, so I just want to
Oh,
get Nkolelo, let's just go with you straight. How did you? I mean, obviously you're happy with the results and the performance, Shane, because in as much as Man City are always going to have the ball, really, but like I think every time you guys had the ball, you looked dangerous, especially in the first half. So in a way, Man City's goal came against the run of play, in my opinion, as far as like chances, like clear cuts, chances created and stuff like that. So I just want to get your view, Nkolo.
hey, dude. Yeah, I was actually catching the match with Kamza. We both, we're sort of seeing the same thing around like how tactically like Man United have really improved and play as a team. I've never seen City like they can pass any team out of the park and subdue you until they find openings, but the tactical discipline of Man United just totally frustrated them. I've never seen City waste so many passes before, and the most obvious approach that they could have played with a target man like Haaland was no pinging those boxes into the box, and that's actually when Grealish came on and he started, being direct. That's where we actually struggled a bit. So to me, a great, yeah, I actually was arguing with Kamza at the beginning that like, yo, I don't believe in this team that he put in. Like the tactics seemed very off because I was looking at
It
attacking
was very
City.
like Ole Gunnar-esque, ne?
Yeah, it was
Mm,
so
mm.
cautious. I was like, yo, at least give us a chance. But now, when I saw the tactics at play, very hard to play against. Like it was almost as if it's like the Mourinho teams of old, like the Chelsea of old, with your Drogbas, Lampard, Essien, Makelele. That was exactly the tactic. And yeah, I think it's proven against City. If you are solid defensively and you have your discipline intact, they do struggle. So yeah, the tactical masterclass from Ten Hag nearly didn't work out, but yeah, very good approach. I
Mm.
must say, I'm eating humble
Mm.
pie at his approach.
Yeah.
Kamza, in your opinion, is Man United definitely in the title race now? Were you impressed? Did you see enough for you, like beyond mathematically where they are in the table? Do you see them as a team? Do you think, okay, this is a team that can still put together another five, 6 wins on the bounce and, really make a push for the title?
Yeah. So, like Debo said, right, I was with him. And I think I left before they actually scored the equalizer and the winner.
Mm,
When I came back here, he's already telling me how Man United is up. But before that, right, the first 45 minutes, I remember telling Debo that you guys look sharp. Like Man United looks sharp. They're cohesive. They look like an actual team. They're like a proper team,
mm,
which we have not seen from Man United in a very long time. And I was very impressed by that.
mm,
And yeah, I know like Rashford almost got injured. And I told him, I was like, yo, if this guy's out, you're not winning this game. I told him straightforward.
mm,
And I also told Gulo that Martial is not making you guys win the game. And funny
mm,
enough, the parts that I missed and he caught, Martial was out and Rashford was back fit on, and they actually scored those two goals. So that tells
mm,
me that Eric is aware of his weaknesses. He can change the game strategy a strategy within the game, right? To suit the opponents that he's facing to get the preferred result. I knew if Man United is going into the second half, going to the break on 0-0, they had a great chance. And it boils down to them being just a team. And like Ngulego said, being tactically disciplined and just following the instructions of the coaches. It's as simple as that. They did nothing special, but they just followed the instructions of the coach and executed well. I mean, Fred was looking like Casemiro. Like, that was the weirdest part. Fred was actually having a brilliant game. Not many people are calling him out, but he actually had a brilliant game.
Yeah.
And I've never seen Kevin De Bruyne, KDB, make such mistakes, guys. No, I've never seen that side of him. And Rodri.
There's something wrong with him now, no?
And Rodri passes, and I'm like, Rodri is known to be a ball-playing CDM. He's not your Fred, Suddenly he became the Fred, and Fred became Rodri. And I knew, and Ngulego even called it. He said, Man City need to play Grealish. Grealish comes on, changes the game. But it also showed us that they actually do miss Sterling. Sterling is missed. As much as people don't want to call it out, Sterling was an important player for Man City, and they're realizing it right now. And they kept Haaland too long because we've said in our previous videos that Haaland makes them predictable. And when the game is like that, Alvarez was supposed to come on a long time ago. We would have given them a different dynamic, but too late. But congrats to Man United. And with that being said, they must stop. They must stop playing this humble card. They are in the title race. We are going to take them as people who are in the title race. I am
Which
not
makes
going to take
next
them
week's
for
match
granted.
so big, right?
Yeah.
And before I even jump the gun, let's just talk about one crucial moment in the game. Ngulego, all bias aside, né? Do you think that first goal should have stood for Man United?
Taking away the subjectivity part, I can understand why. Like, if you look at it, right, because the rule says if he's like interfering with play, you count it as offside. And to be honest, like, for starters, when Rashford was in the offside position, right, and the men's defenders can see he's in offside position and he's going for the ball, they were assuming that, okay, he's realized that it's an offside. And in their mindset, they were like already. But there's also that element playing to the whistle, right? Because I can feel like from him running that way, he was affecting the momentum and he was affecting Ederson's line of sight because Ederson was defending, was being blocked by Rashford. So in that aspect, I think for me it's an offside. He was interfering with play because he affected two people, Akanji and Ederson, and because of those two, they missed Fernandes because they were, you are affecting play. It's like when they shoot the players in an offside position, and then he's in the line of sight of the keeper, then they count that as an offside, right? Because he's affecting play. So it is, for me, it's an offside. But I understand why it could be the other way. But if I had to call it,
don't understand. You see,
I actually disagree, guys. I think it's a goal. I think it stands.
Oh, really?
I disagree, and I'm not even a Man United fan. I'm as objective as possible, and I hate VAR because it always supports them. But in that case, a referee had to make a subjective decision. Unfortunately, looking at the cameras and all of that won't help. My question is, if you are Rashford and the momentum is taking you guys there, can you change direction within that position to not interfere with play? I don't think he interfered with play intentionally. I don't think he did it intentionally. It was just momentum.
The thing is, he ran for a long time, right? You remember what he did? He ran towards the ball like as if he's going to control it. And then when he saw Bruno Fernandes, he left it. So it was almost as if if you could see, The ball
At the
wasn't just
very
running.
last second, right?
Yeah, the ball wasn't just running on its own. He was
Yes.
actually, chasing the ball and actually shielding it.
Okay.
Because if he
Here's my
wasn't,
argument.
yeah,
Do you think he knew it was offside? Oh, they've practiced this move before.
That's not
We
the
don't
point,
know.
though, right?
it's
But
not the
he
point.
wasn't. I don't think he was interfering with play, guys. I think that was a fair goal. Akanji,
He definitely okay.
Akanji,
Yeah, go ahead.
Akanji was focused on Rashford, knowing that Rashford is offside. Whose problem is that? Let's not make Man City's defenders' problems Rashford.
But this is the point. But this is the point of the rule,
listen.
right?
But you see,
Listen,
The whole point of the rule. Okay, Fitz, yeah.
listen. Akanji knew this guy's offside. He knew because he was behind Rashford. But he was also aware there's Bruno Fernandes at the back. Why did he still continue to tackle Rashford?
playing to the whistle, right?
Nah, Akanji knew, bro.
Can I chime in?
And that's why immediately
Can I chime in? Yeah.
when Bruno Fernandes scored, they got mad. Hey guys, oh yeah, when Bruno Fernandes scored, they got mad saying, I'm like, bro, you knew. You can't get mad. You just didn't do your job.
I disagree.
And
I disagree.
what's his name? Edison. It's not line of sight. He can see both players, bro. He can see both players. You can't blame him. That's like, guys, there was no obstruction.
No. So, I really don't think it's as subjective as people. I think that's an obvious offside, right? To me, because he's clearly makes an attempt to play the ball. It's only at the last minute when Bruno shouts, right? On like leave it, whatever kind of thing. Because you can see he's steering himself to shoot, and then he basically like then stops at the very last second, which is when Bruno shoots. So if you are Edison, there's 2 points where your decision making is affected, right? Firstly, obviously keeper from his view can't see whether it's offside or onside, right? And then obviously linesman is encouraged not to raise the flag until the very last whatever thing. So he can't even check himself. So from Edison's POV, he doesn't know it's an offside. Fine. Rashford is coming. The ball is clearly in Rashford's like path, whatever kind of thing is trying to do. So as a keeper, you adjust your body shape, anticipating a shot from this guy. So whether you make this angle smaller or whatever, you just make a decision based off of this player, right? And then at the very last minute, this player doesn't kick, and now all of a sudden there's a new guy here, and then he kicks. You haven't anticipated that as a keeper, which is like the whole point of saying interfering with play, because interfering with play basically means you're confusing the keeper illegally. So
guys,
illegally so.
I
And this thing,
disagree.
and this thing, and this thing of saying Akanji knew. Yes, fine. You can. He may have kept his line, but there's no certainty. He knows Ake or whoever is also playing the man off, right?
That's besides
So
the point.
yes, yeah. So like Nkule was saying, also he has to then play to the. So he tries to trap him. He actually worked, right? It worked, but then he sees, oh, ref is still flagging. Then he has to like play to the whistle, so he has to chase back, whatever. And once again, also even Ake is defending and Akanji's defending are geared towards closing down Rashford. So even their decision making, maybe they would have defended it differently had they known Bruno is the person that the ball is going to end up to. So like that's just my thing. I think honestly, I think it has a clear like look. It may not be intentional on Rashford's part, but I think intention doesn't really matter in that sense. The point is, does it confuse the goalkeeper or not?
All I can say is that the ref who judged that made that decision, he understands football, because a ref would have said it's an offside based on the interpretation of the rules that we are saying. But I could see how he could judge it otherwise, because even if Rashford is like, how it can be argued, right? Rashford is a decoy. Like he's fooling. You know, like
Yes.
have you seen like in free kicks? There's
Yes.
gonna be like a player that's offside, like as a decoy because he's offside.
Yes.
But you can't be decoy offside, guys. You
But
can't
they
be a
do it.
decoy when
They
you're
do it for
offside.
free
It's
kicks.
against
Like
the rules.
they do it like a
It's
decoy.
against the rules,
But then when you
but there's a
cross the
gray
ball,
area.
yeah, it's a great area. That's the thing. That's why it's subjective because the
Not
guy's
really.
like, oh,
That's why when players shoot and there's a player in an offside position standing in front of the goalkeeper and then he ducks, it's still considered an offside
Yeah, but
because
here's the thing.
yeah,
Was Rashford standing in front of the goalkeeper? Let's be honest.
he wasn't.
he
Edison's
was.
vision. No, guys, Edison's vision was not blocked by Rashford, guys. Edison could see both of them. He
No,
could.
it wasn't blocked. But like I say, Rashford, I'll try to get a picture for you guys. You can see Rashford is stating himself to shoot, and at the last minute he holds back because he clearly gets a shot from Bruno. So as
Yeah.
Edison, you seeing someone like telegraph a shot and
Yeah.
then not. So you in Edison man, he's already diving for this Cantina. It's coming from
Yeah.
Yeah, but you see, that's why he benches for Brazil because like he can't be flexible. He's not flexible. Like what kind of goalkeeper is not flexible? No, that's why he benches. Like he deserves to bench.
Yeah, they need to strengthen. Like it shows Uguti. I think the old rule works fine now. Now that you think of it, because this rule of like if you're not like let's say you are offside, and then you leave the ball, then
Mm,
another player comes from behind because it confuses defenders, right? Because if you see a
mm.
player offside as a defender, you're like, offside, you make a decision
Yeah.
on
Oh
that.
my, yeah.
Yeah, offside.
Mm.
So if let's say they have a Usain Bolt from the back that comes with like some pace, because when we shoot high,
Mm,
offside. Then he comes and he gets the ball, then he
mm,
scores. Then it's like how,
mm.
so
That's not
that's why.
No,
fair.
I hear
Yeah.
you.
So either way,
I hear you.
both sides, but if I was the ref, offside, but I understand why.
Yeah, the thing is, I've
Yeah.
seen that goal, like obviously not from Man United. I remember Ivan Toney scored a goal similar to that. And it was also like that confusion, and the goal stood. So I don't know what the rules are. Those rules need to be clarified.
Yeah, there was
The
even
Premier
there's
League
even
refs are some bullshit, right? Because
yeah,
something similar happened in the Liverpool game. I don't know if you guys
yeah,
watched it, although
yeah.
you're not. Trent, so I forgot who had a shot, right? Trent was in an offside position. So the ball, so the thing he shoots, it gets blocked, and then the ball is going out for like a throw in towards
Mm,
Trent's side. So
mm,
Trent
Mhm.
makes a run towards the ball. He doesn't touch it. He has basically going to like basically like shield it for it to go out before he even gets
Mm.
close to the ball. Offside flag because he made an intention to go to the ball, right? Which
Mm.
I think also like rightly so is an offside.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
yeah,
just
yeah.
like it's the same old thing, Nyakori. There's just an inconsistency. It's like no one
Mm.
seems to know how to interpret some of these
Mm.
things, and
yeah.
like
Premier League refs are nyols, but this other one, um, like they were crossing a ball, and a player was obviously in an offside position because it got touched by the opposition guy into the player's direction. It was not deemed an offside because it was touched by an
What?
opposition player. But it was in offside when they were playing the ball.
And it wasn't called.
It wasn't called. It was because it was touched by opposition
Ah,
player.
ah, ah.
So it's like a back pass.
Inconsistent.
All of a sudden,
Inconsistent.
it's a back pass because the last player, opposition player, touched it before another player scored.
Inconsistent.
I mean, I told you guys my conspiracy theory. I'm not saying matches are being fixed because I don't think they are, but I do think referees or specifically VAR guys are deliberately making bad decisions sometimes just for
Controversy.
excitement or yes, that's the word, right? It's like because some of these decisions you're like, gents, come on. Like, this is an obvious thing, but you guys,
Mm.
but yeah, anyway, that's enough about Man United. Well done, guys.
Well done, though. Well done. You
Looking
guys
forward
look
to the
scary.
game on. Yeah, yeah. You look good. You look good. I'm not gonna lie. You know, when Rashford went down during the Man City game, not that I want people to get hurt in life, but when he went down, I was like, yes, he's gonna be injured for the Arsenal game.
Eish.
And then I saw him get up. I was like, yes, yes. You know, so I'm shook. I'm not gonna lie. Rashford is dangerous, and the way we play, Rashford's pace is gonna be an issue.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll speak more about that when we get to the preview before the next match week.